Hello, what do you do? Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series live here from Michigan, race number 21 of the inaugural season here. Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series qualifying currently underway, as Alex Johnson currently on pole at the moment. As you see some guys continue to turn some qualifying laps. Up in the booth myself here tonight is myself along with Steve Miguel. Steven, how you doing tonight?
Oh, good. How are you?
Doing pretty good on this pretty good Sunday night here. As I see Jeff Meyer, that straightaway currently completing his qualifying lap. As currently your top 5 Jonathan Vazella, CJ Gates, and Hilty Nunn, the only 3 to actually turn a lap so far. But again, we're only about halfway here in qualifying, so long we hope for these guys to try to get out there, turn a hot lap, and use them here. Jeff Meyer will start the lap this time. It's the green flag. Actually, no, never mind. That'll be his lap number 1 right there. So he moves into 3rd spot. 2/10 off of Jonathan Mazzella's pole time. Then he works his way down the back straightaway. Into turn 3. Here at Michigan, the fastest track in NASCAR. You may be thinking, you might be wondering why this is the fastest track and not Daytona Talladega. They have restrictor plates there, but here, no restrictor plates. These guys go off into turns 1 and 3 at 200 plus miles an hour, so I saw 196 right there before he started laying off to go into the corner. Actually, his second lap being slower than that of his first lap. Last lap was actually 2/10 off his fastest lap, so he's gonna put the clutch in. He's gonna save the engine and go down on the pit lane, so he will not be able to get the pole. Curious to see if anyone else, Jim Ott, just Wilson both on pit road right there. I'm having a little bit too much fun right here. I can just change the car in an instant. So yeah, nobody on track just from our pit road. So we got 3.5 minutes. Oh, that's the end actually. Looks like the session has been advanced, so that is the end of qualifying. These guys are now going to grid up here to start tonight's race.
Justin Wilson with that amazing 4 minutes 30 seconds lap. That's a really stunning lap. Pretty fast.
I think that's a world record. Fastest
I know.
lap. That's a track record right there. Cue the meme. All right. Well, now these guys are starting to grid up here. Wait for our poles to grid before we go through the starting grid here. That is, looks like Jonathan Mazzella actually. Well, I guess I'm not going to grid up. So we'll go look at the LCTV starting grid here tonight. Jonathan Mazzella, number 4 machine. He'll start first with a 39.395. There he is. To his outside, CJ Gates, number 13 machine. He'll qualify in P2, just 7/1000th of a second off of the pole. That's how close it was. Row 2 here tonight, we have Jeffrey Meyer and Hilton Nunn. Row 3 tonight, we'll round out. We have Justin Wilson with the track record right there in 5th. There's outside Jim Ott in the number 3 machine. Then behind them, we have Chase Berry running out the field here tonight.
They're all running Chevys. This is going to be a Chevy night.
So, I believe 7 cars, if I can do the math correctly here. 7 cars will start the field here tonight. Current track weather, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 mile/hour wind direction to the north, 1% humidity, 0% fog, sky condition, partly cloudy, and it's in the afternoon. So the last 2 weeks have been won by the guys starting in P6, the number 3 machine, Jim Ott. Won a couple weeks ago at Watkins Glen, then won last week at Bristol. So looking to try to go 3 in a row here tonight at Michigan, a track where he actually dominated the first race here this season. So he's looking to try to go back-to-back at this track as well. And he's also currently the points leader, so doing a pretty good job so far this season. But Jonathan Bazzilla, Chase Barrett, Susie Gates, just a few guys to name that could easily contend for that spot. Even Jonathan Bazzilla showing some speed in qualifying, so it'll be interesting to see this pace car. With their off down onto pit lane, there it goes. Jonathan Bazzilla leads the field to the green flag. Green flag is out. We're on the way here from Michigan, race number 21. Great restart with the front row, side by side, door to door. Susie Gates and John Bazzilla. They're directly right now into turn 1. I think the number 4 machine on the inside has a bit of an advantage. Actually, oh, here comes Susie Gates with a good run to the outside, trying to stay in his corner panel. Can't quite get it done though. Looks like now 4 machine John Bazzilla is going to clear. CJ Gates is already contact made, and there goes the 58 machine around. Hard into the inside wall.
No caution now for that.
He's below the yellow line, so no caution flag being displayed. And that's quite a bit of significant front end damage. Lap 1, one of the favorites gets taken out. CJ Gates down to the race lead, but looks like everything kind of died down just a bit. We're going to quickly take a look at the replay there to catch that wreck. As lap 1 already have cars having to get repaired here. So it looks like Hilton Young having some issues, maybe just misjudged it, hit the outside wall, got into the side of Justin Wilson. I think Justin Wilson could have done. He locked it down, spun down the track, tried correcting it, but couldn't do it, and Hardy and the inside wall for wheels. Awful wheels came off the ground right there. As actually the caution flag is out. Jim Ott has one caution flag, so I'm trying to figure out if the caution flag was just thrown for that, or if it was thrown for something else. It's actually Hilton Young and went down pit road, so I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure caution was just thrown in a bit of a delayed response to the wreck by Justin Wilson. So now I'm going to go on board with Hilton Young to see exactly what happened there, what we saw from his perspective. So you see him right here on the outside, lap 1 on the back shoulder behind Jeff Meyer. Just, yeah, hits the outside wall, goes down the track and into the side of Justin Wilson. And that's all it should look right there. He's going to go on to the gyro cam on the 58 machine of Justin Wilson as he saw this all happen. And then got it in a heavy contact with the inside wall. See, he's just got him out of his own business up top, or kind of on the bottom actually. And then all of a sudden just gets hit right where corner panel, goes down the track. You hear him get on the throttle, lock it down, but just ran out of room, hit the inside wall, pretty hard hit. And won't take him out of the race, but I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from that. Guaranteed it's probably a good 2 minutes, if not more, of optional repairs on pit road. But anyway, these guys looks like they're all actually all going to come down pit road now. So I had the way down the pit road. Susie Gates will lead the field to the pit road as now some guys have some pit stop issues. Looks like jumping so nice and easy to his pit stall. Somebody back there overshot a stall, looked like. These guys, there's the C. We come off pit road first here. John Bazzilla off pit road first. Second, Jeffrey Meyer and Susie Gates was from first to third. Jim Ott will roll away. Just Wilson getting some of that damage fixed, I believe. Actually, his car is Shakespeare. Never mind. So, let's find Justin Wilson now. There he is. Getting some damage fixed on that 50 machine. Tough break for him. Never want to see that happen. Lap 1, somebody gets pretty much taken out of the race, but he can still try to contend for it. Of course, it's going to be tough, especially a track like this. If it was last week at Bristol, you know, it'll buff out, it'll keep going. It's a short track, but here at Michigan, it's going to be pretty hard to try to recover from that. So Jonathan Bazzilla behind the pace car now, pacing the field, and the first caution flag of the night. here on the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. I'd like to give a sponsor shout out to all the sponsors for the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series and also here on LCTV. Hard Parts Accessories, along with Student Side Awareness. Also partners of Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series, Randy's Wraps. I'm all currently pasting on the first caution flag to look at our Michigan International Speedway track information here. 2 miles exactly on the dot. Track elevation 1,011 feet. Track temperature currently at 103 degrees, located in Brooklyn, Michigan, in the Irish Hills. So, and actually, soon to come to Ireland, it will be an updated version of this track. This track will become free to all members, and it'll be renamed to Michigan International Speedway Sursa 2014. And the new track will be coming out, newly updated Michigan. So that'll be the next Ireland build, which comes in a week or two. So all members that don't own Michigan, you end up racing here for free. So how's it going, JR TV? I'll see you guys in chat.
You're one green.
Disco lights are out. Double final here. Stacked up for the restart. Mazzella currently led 2 laps after getting the lead off of pit road. These Gates has led the other 3. So, and much to say that was there. The field heads into turn 3. Now Racing.com official pace car will be ready to make their hard left turn down onto pit lane. Let's let these guys loose once again here. John Mazzella lead the field to the green flag. Green flag is out, back on the way here from Michigan. And a lot of wheel spin and a lot of movement in the back. This will also taking no time at all to try to go back to the front. There's a 3 wide on the restart from the outside of Jim Ott. But up front, Mazzella with a good restart. Side by side for second now. Jim Ott trying to go 3 wide on the bottom. Just going to quick enough a run, but Jeffrey Meyer and CJ Gates side by side now the batter straight away. Looks like the 50 machine will take away that spot. CJ Gates going to fall back in line in third. Actually, everybody else single files. Looks like now Chase Berry pretty much pushing 58 Just Wilson on the back shoulder right there. As you see, 58 down on horsepower right there after that damage. But Chase Berry there to try to help him out, it looks like. I'm sure not to turn him. And up front, CJ Gates still cruising right now behind 50 machine of Jeffrey Meyer. Let's go to the back straight away and get a good run. Oh, contact! CJ Gates to the back of Jeffrey Meyer. He saves it. What a great save.
Jeffrey Meyer won't be happy about that move. I might be thinking about it later when the time comes.
A bump and run on lap 8 here at Michigan. Don't hear about that very often, but got him very out of shape. He did a great job not to overcorrect that car. Could have been very hard to hit if he did, but now CJ Gates after that move looking for the race lead on John Mazzella.
You guys are very aggressive today. We see no time at all.
Yeah, lap 1 wreck, and now the bumper's being used at the fastest track in NASCAR. And I'm not sure that was really intentional. I think, honestly, he just kind of misjudged it and tried going down low to make a pass and got in the back. And I'm sure they probably just discussed it over the radio, but all of a sudden down now, CJ Gates now actually under fire from Jim Ott while he was trying to get a run on John Bozzella, who's currently right on the board here, race leader. John Bozzella actually saw the track just a bit. Here comes CJ Gates down low to challenge for that spot. So they're side by side off of turn 4. Here comes Jim Ott, maybe to try to make it a 3-horse race. Can't quite get good enough for a run though. He'll back out of it, fall back in line. So side by side of the race lead going to turn 1. CJ Gates actually looks like he'll prevail here. Gets a good run on entry. Slides of the track just a bit. As there's almost contact. There is contact! And they're wrecking for second. John Bozzella goes around into the inside wall just very lightly. Maybe number 9. He goes for a spin into the inside wall. Caution flag being thrown. And again, these guys wrecking as well. And Steven, you mentioned earlier, these guys being very aggressive early, and
Oh yeah,
that's definitely very true. So we saw the pass.
People to finish the race.
We saw a pass into turn 1. CJ Gates got around John Bozzella. John Bozzella got clear and then tried pulling a crossover, but didn't look was inside. Jim Ott had the position down low. They make contact. 4 machine goes sideways. Then gets hooked by the 3 machine. Nothing Jim Ott can do about that. That's just physics. So then he locks it down. It looked like he kept it off the wall, but then for some reason he let it roll and ended up hitting the inside wall. If if he kept it locked down the entire way, I don't think he would have hit it. At least not as hard as he did. But again, just a kind of, it wasn't as hard as a hit as Justin Wilson took, so certainly wouldn't be as much down on power, but something we wanted to see.
I don't know, especially when they've been reading the race. They get bumped and taken out like that.
That was hard racing for the lead and very aggressive racing, and John Bozzella just didn't know he was down there, I guess. He was right there in the left rear corner panel, and nothing that Jim Ott did to Ron, just run place for on time, pretty much.
Everyone pitted on, everyone went down the pit road except for CJ Gates. That's going to be interesting, see what happens here.
Quickly take a look here from the chopper camera up in the sky. See the 4 machine go around down into the inside wall. There's back live now. So CJ Gates will stay out and not take any tires or fuel. Jeff Meyer first car off of pit road, followed by Chase Berry. Then comes Jim Ott, who actually got some nose damage from the incident. I didn't think he got much from it, but I think especially the second hit got him some damage. But that's only probably about 15 seconds of optional, I have to guess. So nothing too severe until Young returned back to the racetrack. You can see Tom Bozzella got left for corner panel damage and a little bit of nose damage, but I think he got most of the optional fix. Just Wilson taking this opportunity to get more of his optional damage fixed. So already a lot of damaged race cars out here. Well, currently paced under the second caution flag of the night. Took this opportunity to go to a quick commercial break. I'm going to go away right back.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Godspeed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just want to be a superhero.
Welcome back live here to Michigan. Stage 1 winner actually is CJ Gates, number 13 machine. It's the stage just ended on lap 15 actually, so he receives the bonus points and the stage victory. Stage 2 will complete on lap 30, so 15 lap stages for the first two, and the space car goes off on the pit lane, and actually CJ Gates will leave the field to the green flag.
Ready, green flag.
He's on the gas, they're underway here, once again from Michigan. Looks like a lot of wheel spin.
by CJ.
Looks like a lot of wheel spin there by Chase Berry or somebody else in the inside lane. CJ Gates will clear Jeffrey Meyer on the restart. Chase Berry into third. Just Wilson, even though that front end damage should be holding him back, he trying to put that past him. Jeffrey Meyer goes for the race lead. And those old tires. Not working out for CJ Gates. As now he falls all the way to third after just one corner. Here comes the damage. Justin Wilson returning. He's going to get up into a podium finish with that front end of a car. As now side by side, Chase Berry to the outside of Meyer.
That's how much better new tires are compared to old tires. And he just getting killed.
Yeah, already back to 5th place, it looks like. And maybe losing another spot here to Jim Ott and Hilton Young. Hilton Young's a lap down, so that's what won't matter. But Chase Berry actually now down low on Jeffrey Meyer. He crossed him over, I believe, in turns 1 and 2. Drag race down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Chase Berry slapped the track just a bit. Looks like he'll regain traction, get the car back down low. Jeffrey Meyer, though, will get the run off of turn 4, holding the race lead.
Justin Wilson isn't actually losing too much time to them, even with that damaged car.
Yeah, both him and the guy right behind him, John Vizella, both have front-end damage after the incident. And 3rd and 4th, respectively, right now. Jim Ott, also a bit of front-end damage, currently in 5th. So, I guess that caution kind of saved it. John Vizella down low on Justin Wilson for that 3rd position. Certainly, that front-end, definitely, I can see it. Definitely slowing down his straightaway speed, but he's able to get on time in the corners because of it. So, not losing too much time, and I'm sure if we get another caution flag here, which we will in 11 laps to the stage, he can probably get the rest of the optional damage fixed and restore to almost 100% durability. But right now, Jeff Meyer right in front of Chase Berry. He's pretty much in his tire tracks right now, just right behind him, only less than a tenth of a second behind. Gets a good run to the back straightaway. I'm curious to see will he will go anywhere. No, he won't not. He will stay actually a bit of a lane higher than racer Jeffrey Meyer. He's on the way now off of turn 4 on the front stretch, 10 to go in stage 2.
So far, everyone is single file. Justin Wilson is starting to drop positions because of the damaged nose. You see Jim Ott behind him.
Jeffrey Myers is currently right on board with him. Starts the racetrack, got tight off of turn 2, had a lift to keep it out of the outside wall, and let Chase Berry gain a little bit of time on him. So across the finish line, pick up 5 laps led on the board tonight so far. Now back straight away going into turn 3. Jeffrey Meyer still leading Chase Berry, but definitely not letting him out of his sight. Taking Chase Berry actually a good run through turns 3 and 4. Gonna pull a move here out of turn 4 for the race lead. As though Jeffrey Meyer down the track, the block actually. Chase Berry gonna try to slip a pass here in turns 1 and 2. Goes to the outside. Maybe even actually saving his tires a bit here. He's raced Just Wilson a lot, who's really done that usually on runs like this. Just Wilson usually backs off, saves the tires, and ends up prevailing at the end of the stage, at the end of the run. And Chase Berry's learned that, I think, a lot more recently. You see him kind of running the outside, not charging as hard, maybe trying to back off and lose some time in order to kind of save the grip on the tires and regain the time back when it counts here at the end of the stage. But actually, Jonas Bazella also not far back either, only 4/10 back from these guys. So he's still in contention for the stage victory as well. He's actually battling to stay into the chase right now. Is top 13 in points. They get into the chase, and look at the point standings right now. He's actually currently, it looks like, I believe 7 points out of the chase. He's, I believe, 85 points right now out of the chase. So needs to have a good night here. Try to close in on that gap. It's actually down low on Chase Berry now for second with just 6 laps to go here in stage 2.
Still side by side. Looks like Chase Berry's gonna clear him.
Oh no, it got tight. He got tight. Got very tight off turn 2 and had to really roll out of the gas there to keep from hitting the retaining wall, and that's going to cost him that second position. So Josh Bazella moves into that position. Now, I'm going to try to close in on that gap to current race leader Jeffrey Meyer.
CJ can't wait until the next caution comes out because he's falling way back.
Yeah, struggling on his old tires. So 5 laps to go here in stage 2. John Bazella moves back up into second position after having that spin that brought out the last caution, the latest caution, about 10 or so laps ago. He's now charged his way all the way back up to the second position where he was when the contact was made, and now trying to chase down current race leader Jeffrey Meyer for a stage victory. 4 laps to go.
He gained on Jeffrey that time.
within 1.5 tenths of a second here as we work our way out of turn 2 now that I should have. Now within 1/10 of a second. Expect the task to be made here in turns 3 and 4 or next time in turns 1 and 2. So we're coming out of turn 4 here, coming across that finish line. Jeffrey Meyer slides to the racetrack. It's really tight, scopes off a lot of speed. There goes Bazell with a huge run.
Floor is really only good during the turns. I find straightaway that's where he loses his speed because of the no damage.
Side by side into turn 1. John Bazell, whoa! Really wide entry right there. I don't think he was really paying attention to his windshield, more so probably his mirrors. He gets a good run off of turn 2 now, though. Tries to look to the inside of Jeffrey Meyer for the race lead. Gets into the left rear corner panel. And is going to take that position going into turn 3.
Side by side in turn 3.
Vazella trying to take the race lead here and the stage victory from Jeffrey Meyer. Let's look at the 4 machine. Might have him right down in front stretch.
It's close.
Wasn't quite clear that side. Jeffrey Meyer going to fight back on the outside into turn 1. Oh, there's contact! Very close.
Was the 50 still gain? I guess 50's pretty tight there because he's just the 4 still on him.
The 4 got really tight there and slipped the racetrack. Almost got a left rear corner panel of Jeffrey Meyer, and again into turn 3. Almost more contact. Coming up to the final lap here in the stage. And don't look down, here comes Jim Ott and Chase Berry battling for 3rd. Also gain on the race leaders as John Bedell clears Jeffrey Meyer off turn 4.
Close racing for that first place. Can Jim Meyer get him back?
There he comes down low. Tries to get a good run through turns 1 and 2. Not sure.
Not gonna be enough.
Yeah, I think the 4 is gonna have the run off of the corner on that high side. It actually looks like Jeffrey Meyer got a bit loose right there. So let's see, he can set up an amazing pass here into turn 3. I don't think he's got it. He's going to try. Sends it a bit deep, but not even going to get anywhere near the race lead. Jump out of turn 4 for final time here in stage 2. He'll come across that finish line and pick up the valuable stage points that he needs. Abazella, your stage 2 winner. Caution flag is out.
After spinning in stage 1, he managed to come back and actually win stage 2.
Yeah, damage didn't hurt him too bad. He's able to come back and pretty good rebound. Pick up that stage victory.
And Helton Young will get back on the lead lap due to this caution. CJ's happy that's over.
Yeah, he was struggling there on his old tires. I think, honestly, though, the reason he did that was because of the fact that he didn't know if stage was going to be over when the caution flag was thrown for the wreck, or if it was going to be over specifically at lap 15. So I think that is why he stayed out to win the stage. So got him stage 1 victory, cost him stage 2, but nevertheless, Abdullah pick up the stage victory. We have just 40 laps to go in the race. Guys are going to pit road, get some service under their cars, maybe get some damage fixed in the case of Justin Wilson, and maybe even our stage winner, Jonathan Bazzella, he still has got some dents and scratches on that number 4 machine. And then the field comes down pit road.
CJ stays out. Oh, no, never mind. You're so far back.
There he is, ending the pit road. These guys almost into their pit stalls.
If we go green the whole way, I believe they will have to make one more pit stop.
Yeah, I don't think they can make it on fuel from here on out, but I'm not quite sure. It looks like Jim Ott maybe actually has some issues getting into his pit stall, so they're going to cost quite a few spots as he was 3rd in that stage. Honestly, I apologize. I just realized I never went through the stage results, but looks like Jonathan Dilla come off first. Justin Wilson drifts it. He'll pick up second away from Chase Berry. It looks like Jim Ott going to come out fourth after that issues. Due to the gates, he came on pit road really late. Will come out in fifth, but Justin Wilson with a good pit stop right there. I guess he decided not to get any more of his damage fixed if there is any more to be repaired. I don't think there will be for him, so wasn't super down on power, but definitely not flying as much as he would like. But I'm going to do something that we've actually not done here yet on LCTV. I'm going to do a mid-race predictions here for a race winner. So I'll let you go first, Steven.
Oh, well, in my opinion, I do think, because I think Chase Berry is going to get the win. Been out back the whole race almost, but I think he's going to make that late race charge. Steal the win.
And he's certainly pretty fast. Won the Pocono over the season. Hasn't led any laps actually here tonight. Kind of surprising, but he was battling for the win there with Jeffrey Meyer. I would have to say I'll go with Justin Wilson. And even though the fact that I know he didn't seem to be down on power with that front end damage, I just feel like it's going to hinder him too much. I honestly feel like the Ford machine and the current race leader will go to the victory lane. It just seems pretty fast. Got the pole. Led 13 laps so far. Won stage 2 as we just saw. So I'm going to say expect that 4-car victory lane.
I feel like, though, his damage is affecting him only on the straightaways. I think he's fine in the turns. It's just straightaways I've noticed he's a little bit more slower than the other competitors. That may play effect here if we do have the ending being straight on the side-by-side action.
Now, it's going to be a while for sure as you see CC Gates and Jeff Meyer. Those two, along with Chase Berry, the only clean cars out here right now, for the most part, anyhow. Sullivan Young's got damage after that lap 1 incident, along with Justin Wilson. They had Jonathan Dilla and Jim Ott making that contact on like lap 11 it was, I believe. There's also a quick look here at our race summary here so far. Current race leader Jonathan Dilla, 32 laps completed, 38 to go. This time by will be 37 to go. 4 lead changes so far, only 3 caution flags, 2 of them being for stages, or 1 of them being for stages, I guess. Only for 11 laps here. Just Wilson got to warm up those tires. As pits glide to go out. He'll stack up double fat here for the restart once again. Jeff Meyer's actually on pit road, getting last chance service done here. Maybe thinking about making enough fuel mileage.
That'll be very interesting to see if you can actually make that work. We have no more cautions.
Every last drop pretty much it counts, and if he's pitting for fuel and tires and whatnot, either he just decided he wanted to stay in the back, which doesn't make much sense, or he indeed does believe it's going to end on fuel mileage. We saw the first race here kind of end on fuel mileage, but that was a different length race with 150 laps. Then this one's about half that, so it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. This guy's going to try to go about 35 or so laps, 38 laps, I believe, actually, on a tank of gas, so not sure how much these guys can go on, but it's going to be interesting for sure. I'm curious to see if we hear anybody saving any fuel. Doesn't look like it. Jeff Meyer's caught back up to the back of the field. The pace car with no left turn on the pit lane. John Pizzell will field to the green flag. Green flag is out. Rocking away here from Michigan once again. John Pizzell, a great restart on the inside.
See Chase Berry going for that second spot.
Great.
And he's going to take that second spot away, but we see the pit trying to do a crossover move.
I don't think he's going to have those. He doesn't have the straightaway speed there. You see Jim Ott now trying to pull out and make a move for third. Just side going down the back straightaway. That's why I don't think the 58 can keep up with that front end damage, unfortunately. But now Jim Ott actually challenging Chase Berry for second there going into turn 3. Chase Berry actually getting a good run off of turn 4, however. Gonna get right in that draft with that 4 machine. And we talk about that damage on the front end of the 4, maybe hindering him just a bit. Here comes Chase Berry now, looking for the race lead. Oh, it's into Jonathan Mazzella. He turned him sideways to the wreck. Oh my goodness.
The big one is out.
All the leaders just wrecked here at Michigan.
And CJ Gates is the only one that has no damage from that wreck.
Jim Ott into the inside wall, looked like. Hopefully Young got pretty clean for that as well. Just Wilson got more damage out of that. Jeffrey Meyer has left door damage, it looks like, but looks like he'll continue on pretty good. G. Gates, yeah, pretty much no damage on that machine. Chase Berry, a hard hit. He's pretty much done. Jim Ott, you see that limping that machine. Sean Mazzella. Wow. Let's look back at the LCD replay. Look at that one. As I think both our picks are now out. That went downhill fast. Again, aggressive racer for the race lead. We saw it happen earlier with G. Gates in the back of Jeffrey Meyer. From what happened here. Just Berry just gets into the left rear corner panel of John Mazzella going into turn 1. Just misjudged it just a bit. Gets turned sideways, then nowhere for him to really go. Jim Ott into the back of Chase Berry after the fact and piles into John Mazzella. Just Wilson gets sideways trying to miss the wreck, I believe. Gets into the right rear of CJ Gates. Good save by CJ Gates as John Mazzella gets turned around. And Chase Berry gets pretty much hit in the left front by Justin Wilson. That caused that 11 machine to shoot back across the racetrack and hit the outside wall head on. As we saw on board live from Chase Berry, and look at it here, the entire wreck. Another shot here, and just got in the left rear corner panel. That's all it took, and then got out of it pretty much unscathed until right there, and bam, hard hit in the outside wall. Spins around as like a 720 or so. That is crazy. Go on board now with Jim Ott. It's just not happening right in front of me. Checks up to try to miss it. Just got in the back of Chase Berry. Gets into the 4 machine. And other than that, didn't get any damage, but took through the grass. Misses the 58. Oh, gets hit. Actually, after the fact, that looks like... is that Jeffrey Meyer? Can't quite tell. I know they got hit after the wreck finish, it looked like. I think it may have been Jeffrey Meyer, actually. You see right here, he goes down the track, and then Jeffrey Meyer... Yeah, he just gets completely sideways, goes down track into Jim Ott, and that's where the damage came from Jeffrey Myers. He actually missed the wreck for the most part.
Let's see. Change the race completely upside down.
You see the wreck up in front of him. Yeah, actually, maybe you see it get coming back with Justin Wilson. So you see, Jeffrey Myers did an amazing job to miss the wreck, shot the gap, amazingly gets sideways though, and into the side of Jim Ott. And, I mean, if he comes back to win this race, I'm not saying that he will, but if he does, that will be the moment of the race right there. That was truly great record points for a 50 machine. Unfortunately, got sideways, got into the side of Jim Ott, just wrong place, wrong time right there. But yeah, actually, yeah, it looks like CJ Gates actually got into the back of Justin Wilson going into the corner as well. So we had 2 accidents happen at the same exact time. Yeah, Justin Wilson gets turned sideways by CJ Gates while the wreck's happening up ahead. Wow.
And Hilton Young is your leader. I think TJ Gates, if nothing else happens, I think he's the one who's going to get the victory because everyone else has too much damage to try to compete, really.
Well, I honestly think Jeffrey Meyer, he didn't get too much severe damage out of that. He got left side damage. So I'm curious to see if he still has to keep up the speed. We saw Jeff Mazzella keep up the speed after he hit the inside wall pretty good. So I think Jeffrey Meyer has a pretty good car to track and beat. As you see the wreck there from the chopper camera. Everybody else pretty much out of it. Chase Berry car is too destroying that 11 machine to really fight back. You see there's the damage on Jim Ott's machine. Justin Wilson, raw torp race cars. But Hilton Young, CJ Gates, and Jeffrey Meyer, the 3 cars left without severe damage. As we saw Jeffrey Meyer scoot through the middle right there, did a great job to miss the wreck, and then got sideways into the side of Jim Ott to send him around after the wreck and ensued. But it's actually pretty crazy. We saw John Pizzella get into the left rear corner panel of, Chase Berry get in the left rear corner panel of John Pizzella. And then behind them, for about 4th position, CJ Gates actually got into the left rear corner panel of Justin Wilson. So we pretty much had 2 parallel wrecks happen at the same time going into turn 1. As Hilton Young,
his pace car goes off.
we feel the green flag. Well, CJ Gates on the outside. Green flag is there. It is. There, it's out. We're backing away here from Michigan. It's a great restart on the outside of CJ Gates. Is very big at 3 wide. As you see, Justin Wilson severely damaged in that number 58 machine. Nowhere to go for him. John Pizzella going to pass Chase Berry for that position. Jim Ott just ahead, but up front, CJ Gates is the race lead away from Hilton Young. Down back straightaway they go. And this gets a good run to Hilton Young. He's involved in that lap 1 incident when the pit road got a bunch of damage fixed, and now, well, currently getting past what looks like 2nd position, but even still in the top 3 is a good run for him. So, a nice job that 38 machine. Jeff Meyer now will take 2nd away. And I still believe that 50 machine doesn't have that much damage that's going to affect his aerodynamics or anything, so I think he can still challenge CJ Gates to his race lead, so it's not over yet. So we have 30 laps to go.
It could potentially affect his handling depending on how hard or what may be damaged for that car. It may affect his handling in the longer run.
Yeah, I think luckily for him, the right front wheel of Jim Ott hit just behind his left front wheel, so that pretty much spared the axle, the front axle, and the toe. If he was just a little bit further back and slid on the track into Jim Ott, it would have probably not gotten the toe knocked out. He wouldn't be even compete on track right now. But I don't know. It's really interesting.
This race has been very intense so far, and with a lot of action going on.
Well, last week at Bristol, we saw Chase Berry and Just Wilson get together for the race lead. They both spun at the inside wall. Jim Ott got around that for the most part, took the victory in that one. And now this one we have pretty much the top 5 all right. Then Jeff Meyer made it through, but then got loose trying to save it and got inside of Jim Ott to get damage on his left side. CJ Gates and Hilton Young made it through. We go. Tom Pizzella, though, actually definitely behind and off pace, but considering the damage he has in that number 4 machine, did a pretty good job. As actually he's closing on 3rd place. Hilton Young right now. Back behind him, Jim Ott, also a very beat up number 3 machine. He will not go to the victory lane for the 3rd time in a row, so unfortunate for him. But I never
still can, unless everyone else wrecks out.
I mean, that's true. This race has been pretty chaotic so far. I mean, you never know. But
I know that Hilton's been very slow in the corners for anyone else. He's just trying to take it extra precautious.
maybe, I don't know. It's very interesting, but yeah, I kind of see him running a kind of a lower line. I think that's what's kind of hurting him. He's kind of running towards the bottom, or everybody else is kind of running towards the middle or top, and maybe he just knows he's in a clean car, no need to push the car and wreck. He's actually going to let Jonathan Zella behind down the back straightaway, so maybe he knows that they're faster, so he's just going to kind of cruise on the track and not get damaged and just hold on to a good top 5, top 4 position.
Maybe it's the first time at this track. Who knows?
That's a possibility, but up front, Jeff Meyer, 8 tenths of a second behind CJ Gates, and I have noticed, I think he's losing some speed down the straightaways, which honestly is kind of surprising me because it doesn't look like he. You can see the left front there kind of crinkled a little bit, but CJ Gates, the right front for him is pretty much crinkled. As you're gonna go on board with him, it's not quite as bad, I suppose, but it's kind of surprising. But he did gain a tenth right there actually in turns 1 and 2, so I am curious to see what he can do. I see Gates actually get a little tight there on turn 4, it looked like.
Jeffrey Meyer gained some a little bit on CJ. So
keeping it pretty much 0.8 to 0.9 of a second, so not really losing much time. It does. What I have noticed though, to take note, I think he is losing speed on the straightaway. The 50 machine is so.
we're gonna see if he gained on that lap.
Looks like it's gonna pretty much stay even.
No, he did not. He lost a little bit of that lap.
It's still pretty much 0.9 of a second and staying even. I think it's slowly trending downhill for Jeffrey Meyer. See right there now, almost down to a second, but as you actually gates are really tight right there in turns 1 and 2. That is one benefit of maybe actually having a damaged race car, is that even though you may be slow down the straightaways and the corners, you can kind of push the car harder because you're not going quite as fast, and kind of maybe even like get closer to pretty much flooring it, so you can actually sometimes gain corners or gain time in the corners.
Got battle for fourth here.
With the young
Jim Ott's
game
gonna clear to 38.
passed by the very crippled number 3 machine, Jim Ott. With the end now back to 5th place as AC Chase Berry, and just Wilson actually coming to pit road, so maybe calling it quits or putting behind the wall. I'm curious to see what exactly he does. AC Gates continues to hold on to the race lead right now. Just Wilson had a tough night, got wrecked on lap 1. Rebounded, got the car mostly repaired, and then got caught up in that wreck, unfortunately, actually getting turned before the wreck even happened, so. But currently, Jeffrey Meyer actually now has fallen over a second behind CJ Gates for the race lead. Oh, CJ Gates, though, we had a problem right there at the corner. Meyer trying to gain on them again. If you're interested in seeing these guys, will have to make a pit stop for fuel or not.
I don't know. We did have that caution. I don't think they have to anymore because of that caution. But I don't know. We'll have to see. And if they do, what kind of strategy would they do? 2 tires, 4 tires, or just gas?
Yeah, I think if we get to inside 5-10 laps to go, I think we'll probably see just a splash and go for most of these guys to try to save a lot of time on pit road. And we did see Gates, he stayed out under that after first stage 1, and he was really slow compared to everybody else on tires. So if you take tires, you gain a lot of time on the track, but on pit road, you're going to lose a lot more time. See Gates actually runs really wide in turns 3 and 4. Maybe trying that.
Berry and Justin Wilson are off the track.
Just Wilson and Chase Berry are both in their pit stalls. Probably getting some damage fixed or just kind of waiting out the rest of the races. The cars are severely damaged, but they're both now 2 and 3 laps down respectively. But this Meyer is closing on race series Gates, down on a half second. Oh, we got tight. Just Meyer starts at the racetrack right there to roll out of the throttle to keep him in the outside wall. Now stretch the field back out once again for CJ Gates, down to 3/4 of a second of the lead. But again, we still got quite a ways to go here. We got 17 laps to go next time by, so still anything can pretty much happen at this point. As Jeff Meyer gets a good run off of turn 2. Actually, that back should have went in turn 3.
Siege isn't gaining more time. Jeffrey, I think. No, Siege, Jeffrey gained on him again that time.
Jeff Meyer kind of tied off turn 4 right there. As the chase. Oh, Jeff Meyer's pitting.
Short pit? Well, I don't know. This might spark a few people to come down. We see the 4 coming down.
Dolphins out at 3rd place on pit road, almost speeding actually, very close. So Jeffrey Meyer and John Pizzella, 2nd and 3rd place cars will come down pit road. Now, when is CJ Gates pit, and what does he take? He has no idea probably what these guys are going to take. Will they take tires? Or... Oh, Jeff Meyer overshoots the stall. 50 machine cost him a second pit road, overshoots the stall, but he's going to slide it in. Take right side tires. Also overshooting the stall actually, so mistakes.
Nope, takes
4 tires. Double right sides are up.
CJ come down. As it does, CJ does come down pit road.
4 tires for both the 4 machine and the 50. Now, what will the 13 Budweiser Chevrolet Camaro do here? Jim Ott.
Hilton comes in now, but Jim Ott does stay out.
What will we see 13 machine do?
Did that mess up on pit road? Really gonna ruin Jeffrey's day.
Right side tires are up. I think he's probably also going to take 4 tires here. And yeah, we did see the mistake there by Jeffrey Meyer. 4 tires for the 13 machine of CJ Gates. He's going to jump the jack and go.
We're going to see where he is compared to Jeffrey. Here we are. Coming down turn. CJ will still be in the lead. And we'll have 1 lap fresher tires.
No, Jeffrey Meyer's going to get it right here. Jeffrey Meyer. Huge run off of turn 2. Going to blow it on the outside. CJ Gates with the momentum. And that's what short putting does. Gained him 3/4 of a second. Now to the outside, side by side for what will be the race lead as Jim Ott going to come down pit road here shortly. Side by side. Jeffrey Meyer actually going to get ahead. 13 to go.
Good call with Jeffrey Meyer's plan, but the only thing CJ has an advantage is just 1 lap fresh tires.
Yeah, 1 lap.
I don't really think it's going to do much.
1 lap does not mean a whole lot when it's fresh tires top. But Jeff Meyer's tight. Oh, he's in the outside wall. There comes
that
CJ
advantage
Gates.
he had is just gone.
Pushing the car too hard and now lost all the time he pretty much made up off of pit road. As our number 3 machine, Jim Ott, actually going to continue to stay out here. But 50 machine, costly mistake on pit road and another big costly mistake off turn 2.
If nothing else happens, I think CJ is going to come out with a win because of that mistake.
Jeff Meyer trying to get everything out of the car as he could, and
Jim Ott is down pit road this time.
Big machine finally making his pit stop here, so I'll give the lead back to the guys who had it before him, CJ Gates, Jeffrey Meyer, and Jonathan Mazzella. As, yeah, Jonathan Mazzella definitely out of it for sure, but Jeffrey Meyer looks like pretty much almost on the same page, unless he can have a good charge and good consecutive 12 laps here, so. Interesting. It's come across that finish line. Looks like CJ Gates actually did not get to lead the opposite Jim Ott did. Jeff Meyer, he's got to maybe try some strategy, maybe try to save the tires. I'm not quite sure what exactly he can really do now, as he's got even more right side damage in that machine, as you see the left side damage as well. Progressive finished on 11 laps to go here from Michigan. 22 more miles around.
Jeffrey was the big lead over CJ. No, CJ with the big lead over Jeffrey.
1.1 seconds now as they go on turn 2. So unless CJ Gates makes a big mistake here, or unless we do see a cautious flag, which I don't think we'll see, as there's only 5 cars on track right now. I don't
Like Hilton and today was a top 5.
Good runner for him. Chase Berry and just Wilson both on pit road. Now 1.5 second race lead for CJ Gates. Pretty much over. Just 10 laps to go here.
CJ doesn't mess up, the race is over.
And that's just gotta hit his marks perfectly. Not push the car. No need to. Actually gets tight off turn 2 as it really roll out of throttle as let Jeff Meyer gain some time right there. I thought he was actually gonna get in the outside wall, but he backed out of it in order to do so, and that's not a huge mistake. But if he ended up slapping the outside wall like what Jeff Meyer did, that would have cost him a lot of time. So did a good job to keep that car at the wall, and now come across that finish line once again here. Gained another 10th that lap.
He may have messed up turns 1 and 2, but he managed to gain out of 3 and 4. You do have less than 10 to go.
Eight to go this time. But come across this right now to a 2.2 second lead for the 13 machine of CJ Gates. He almost won it 2 weeks ago at Watkins Glen. Ended up making some costly mistakes and missing fortune at the end. He couldn't quite get the job done to get his first career victory this season and also his Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series career. But it might just come here at Michigan with just 15 miles left to go now. The 2.5 second lead over second place, Jeffrey Meyer.
You know, a little bit out back. It looks like Hilton's catching Jim Ott for that 4th spot. Maybe.
CJ Gates has been pretty consistent this season. Currently scored 3rd in points after making 20 of the races. So he's only missed 1 race. Or excuse me, not missed any races because this is the 21st race. So he has actually made it to every single race. One of only 2 drivers to do that. Both him and Jeff Meyer, who's currently in 2nd, have made it every single race so far this season. Jim Ott has missed 1. We're going into turns 3 and 4 now. Going up to 6 laps to go. Out to a 2.8 second lead now over second place Jeffrey Meyer. Best finish.
See a pass for 4th. 38's gonna take it.
Look, you know, with a clean car. Gonna get around the 3 machine, who's kind of just suffering on the track right now. And so I actually see just Wilson back on track. He's very gonna thing to stay on pit road, but
Jeffrey Meyer, he had a great strategy of pitting early. Now she took the lead, silently hit the wall, and cost his chance of winning.
yeah, I think just kind of pushed the car a little bit too much as we come to the 5 laps to go. CJ Gates, as I mentioned, almost got the win at Watkins Glen, but his best finish actually came at all the way back. Actually, it was Watkins Glen. It came 3rd, but certainly led 32 laps of the 40 laps, I believe. So it pretty much dominated that race, but couldn't get the victory secured. And caution flag comes out now. It won't be saving Jeff Meyer or anything because the race will be over under caution. So CJ Gates, unless he ends up wrecking himself, which I don't think will happen, pretty much got last one locked up.
4 to go at the line.
Now led 35 laps so far in this one. Picked up the stage 1 victory as well.
I didn't realize that Justin Wilson's actually back on track and is going to get that 6th spot away from Chase Berry, who was in 6th.
3 to go, and they come across the finish line this time by. As down they work away to turn 1 and 2 once again here. Let's just cruise to victory.
Doesn't have to push it, he just needs to just coast it pretty much.
Two laps to go. 4 more miles for CJ Gates to get his first career victory. And race number 21. Took him 21 starts, but there'll be no more. Just a little more while. And it's funny too because actually the top 4 right now, CJ Gates, Jeffrey Meyer, Jonathan Bozzella, and Hilton Yun, coming in tonight did not win a single race so far in their career in Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. So top 4 all having great runs here tonight.
White flags out this time by.
One more time around for CJ Gates at Michigan. As he needs to turns 1 and 2, just don't make a mistake. And just cruise, coast, don't spin the car out, don't make any mistake that costs you anything. He's just gonna cruise the back straightaway here for the final time at Michigan. 1 mile away from his first victory as he works his way now into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Gets back on the throttle. Roll out turn 4. And CJ Gates will win the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series here at Michigan. He picks up the victory. Second place, Jeffrey Meyer. There's Just Wilson finishing that battered number 58 machine 13 laps down, but Jonathan Bozzella pick up the last podium spot. Hilton on now through turns 3 and 4 for the final time.
Hilton Young even get a good 4th place spot after being 2 laps down earlier in the race.
Young will finish in
Jim
4th.
Going to round out the top 5.
And also the last car finishing the race. And also I wanted to just quickly correct myself. Jeffrey Meyer has won a race this season. He won Daytona earlier. My apologies for that. But nevertheless, CJ Gates now I come on the front straightaway and burn it down as he deserves here from Michigan. Gonna pop the clutch in and go for a big slide on the front stretch and celebrate here at Michigan. First career victory in the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. He's gonna burn him down.
He earned that one.
Yeah, pretty wild race, nevertheless. And I'm sure some guys, Justin Wilson, Jim Ott, some guys, Bozzella, because of that damage, not very happy, but these Gates right in the front most of the night anyhow. So it's not like it wasn't deserved. Won stage 1 and gonna put the race victory here. We're gonna see him do burnouts here for the first time this season. Gonna go in the grass and slide that car to victory lane, it looks like. Indeed he will. Gonna park that number 13 machine in the Gatorade victory lane. First
Gatorade's victory lane.
And as he goes to victory lane, going to celebrate some more. We're going to go to a quick commercial break to come back to get a word of your top few finishers and also look at results top to bottom. Don't go right back.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
We're live here to race number 21, Michigan International Speedway for the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. Post-race interviews coming up in just a moment now, as we're trying to get everybody into the booth and such. Here, first up, Jonathan Mazzella, broadcast booth. Jonathan Mazzella, got a copy.
Yes, I copy.
So, Jonathan, you come out tonight with a stage victory and 16 laps led. Unfortunately for you, the damage really hindered your finish at the end, but nevertheless, still podium finish for you. Pretty good run after starting on pole here tonight. Pretty well race out there. You got turned a couple times, unfortunately for you, and it, again, hurt your chances to win. But still third place. Just stuck with race, and what happened there?
Just people being really aggressive. I figured I was giving everybody plenty of room, and they weren't doing the same for me. But it's all good. Third place finish is pretty good.
Yeah, certainly. And as you're kind of, I would say, on the cutoff, but not really. Nobody else really around you. And points right now for the chase is really active each week. So you're pretty much locked into the chase, and certainly had a lot of speed here tonight. And unfortunately, you didn't pick up the win like you probably planned to. But good run for you. Any shots want to give here for your podium finish?
Thanks to you every week for broadcasting, and thanks to Roy for hosting. And I can't wait for the points. Praise.
I appreciate your time here, Jonathan, and have a good night.
You too.
Alright, that's your third place finisher tonight. Jobs number 4 machine got caught up in 2 wrecks actually here tonight, but your second place finisher, Jeffrey Meyer, broadcast booth here. Jeff Meyer, let's come LCG broadcast booth, got me?
Yep.
So, Jeffrey, come on here tonight, runner up for leading 11 laps and really having a solid night out there tonight. Unfortunately, came up just short after, getting the outside wall there just ahead of CJ Gates. You weren't able to really recover after that. But I got to give you a lot of credit for dodging that big one. You shot the gap right through the middle. Unfortunately, got a little bit sideways and got into Jim Ott, which kind of gave you a little bit of left side damage. But even still, it was pretty crazy to watch you on board with you right there. As you saw that your windshield. What did you see, and what was going through your mind right there, and also the last stint there at the end?
Oh, I thought I was screwed, but then the hole opened up, and I went for it, and I just caught a little bit of the grass and it turned me back. And it's too bad Jim had to be there, because I would have probably saved it without getting any damage. But that slowed me up. I could only stay a little ways behind CJ then, and I was maintaining for most of the race, and then tagged the wall a little bit there at the end, and that slowed me up enough I couldn't catch him anymore.
Yeah, we saw you actually short pit there by about a lap before he did to take advantage of those 4 fresh tires and then to take the fuel that you guys needed to finish the race. Was that like planned to pit a lap before him and try to gain time on the pit strategy, or just what was that all about?
Yeah, I was better on old tires, so I wanted to pit a little bit early. I maybe should have pitted a couple laps earlier even, and came in and hopefully could have got a couple laps of fresh tires on him before he pitted. But he, smart enough that he's going to pit, try not to lose as much spots as he can. So.
Yeah, and I also wanted to not only bring up anything to sort of pop, but we saw a lot of aggressive racing out there tonight. We saw G Gates get in the back of you in the first couple of laps, took a little bit sideways. We saw the first lap wreck and a big one after that as well. What was your take and how people were racing out there? Do you feel like they're kind of aggressive, or also how were you racing on people?
I thought they were pushing it a little bit, maybe racing a little too hard, especially that early in the race. Didn't expect to get tagged that early, but at least they saved it on that one.
Alright, well, congratulations on second here, Jeffrey, and any shots we'll give here for your run-up finish.
Thanks to you guys for broadcast, Roy for putting on the show, and Justin and Jim for doing a lot of the work, and to Paparazzi Jewelry.
Alright, appreciate your time here, Jeffrey, and have a good night.
Yep.
Alright, that was your second place finish tonight. Jeffrey Meyer, the 11 laps en route to a second place finish. But now the man that I'm sure has been pretty excited, CJ Gates, picked the race win here in the broadcast booth here. CJ Gates, got a copy. So, CJ, pick up the win here tonight. Your first career victory in Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. I'm sure you're definitely very excited and stoked about that. It was definitely a hard-fought victory and a pretty good performance by you. Led 39 laps here tonight and picked up the Stage 1 victory after qualifying second to start the event. A lot of chaos out there, a lot of aggressive racing, some wrecks, some strategy, had a bit of everything, but you managed to pull off a victory here by about 3.5 seconds. Just talk about your race, man. I mean, how'd you get to victory lane?
Well, it was definitely aggressive, like everybody was saying. I didn't mean to touch Jeffrey there early in the race. I was just trying to stay close to him, but want to apologize to him. But once that big wreck happened, and everybody was damaged. It was pretty much just smooth sailing, I guess. Not exactly the way I anticipated getting the first win, but I'll take it.
Yeah, we saw you 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, at Watkins Glen. You pretty much dominated that race, led 32 of like the 40 laps, and it looked like you were the favorite to win. And then kind of strategy came in, you kind of lost time on that note, and you ended up finishing third, which actually was your best career finish. But now, 2 weeks later, you carried that momentum to pick up the victory here tonight, and we get closer and closer to the playoffs. How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty excited about it. I wish I wouldn't have messed up the race at Watkins Glen, though. That was all on me. Same with back at Phoenix earlier in the season. Would have liked to have had that win too, but it is what it is. We'll just keep trying to improve each week.
Yeah, we saw some pit strategy there towards the end as you guys were kind of forced to pit because you weren't going to really get enough fuel. Jonathan Zella and Jeffrey Meyer there pitted a lap early. You came down pit road a lap after. We saw everybody take 4 tires, and me and Steven kind of wondering what the strategy would be. Well, we see guys take 2 tires. You all took 4 tires. Did you know those guys were taking 4 tires, or you just kind of gamble on that?
I had no idea. I just know I needed 4 tires for my own vehicle, so.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, any shouts to give you your victory here tonight?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to you for doing the broadcast again, man. You always do a good job, and to Roy for hosting the league. Birthday shout out to Jim Ott. I know it's his birthday. I'm sure that's not the way he wanted to end the race, but it is what it is, I guess. We'll get him next weekend.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on the victory here tonight, and I appreciate your time. Have a good night.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
Alrighty, that is your winner here tonight. CJ Gates, number 13 machine, picked up the victory here in the Irish Hills of Michigan, but I'll take a look here for your results. Top to bottom, CJ Gates with his first career victory. Second place, Jeffrey Meyer. Jonathan Zella going to come out here in third at the winning stage. Stu Hilton, he'll finish in fourth, his best career finish to date, if I note that correctly. I'm going to quickly research that here quickly. Yes, indeed. Nope, never mind. He actually came third at Phoenix. So, came close to his best career finish, but he's going to pick up fourth. Jim Ott, losing his winning streak of 2 back-to-back races at Watkins Glen and Bristol. Unfortunately, got caught up in a couple incidents there. He's going to finish and run in the top 5. Just Wilson returned back to the track 13 laps down. He's going to finish 6th, and Chase Berry is going to finish 7th in the garage. So look at your results here from Michigan. Appreciate everybody watching and also staying active in chat. We hope to enjoy your time here, LCTV. Give a couple broadcast alerts. Tuesday night, CWR Truck Series heads to Gateway for some kind of short track action there. So it's been pretty exciting to see there. I've actually never watched a race in RSN at Gateway, so it's been pretty exciting for me to commentate and broadcast that. Then Wednesday night, again, you can go and watch me in the NASCAR Ignite series on the Esports iRacing Network, broadcasted by RateSpot. And then, of course, next Thursday, Bonehead Racing will go to Watkins Glen. So the first road course of the season for them. So you can check that out. Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And of course, because it's here next week, Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. Once again, that will be at... Actually, forget the track. I'm trying to pull up the schedule here. I believe... Well, I don't remember what exactly the race was, but anyhow, next week, Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series, 8:40 p.m. Eastern, as always. So, come out and watch that event. Appreciate your time here watching. Have a good Sunday night, and have a good night.